Hi fam, welcome back to another episode of the Hobby Collab, Hobby Hangout Night with Zach and Meg. Hi Zach.
Hello.
I just saw you for the first time in a couple days today.
A couple hours ago, yeah.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
so sad when you're gone. Anyways, we're here to talk about Nova, everything Nova. We went to the Nova convention and tournament this weekend, Capital Palette.
Yes.
We had a really good time. It's on the East Coast.
We did.
It's very warm, and now we're back. We're ready to talk about it and everything we saw and learned while we were there.
Yeah. We're gonna jump into that because we've got a lot to cover today.
There's a lot.
Yeah. So let's do that.
Whiplash.
Yeah. Let's jump in.
Yeah. And before we get to that,
if
you're not a subscriber yet, make sure you like and subscribe.
Yeah. If you're new to the channel, if you're just catching this, maybe on the watch back, give us a subscribe. It's fun to hobby along with us, we think. Maybe not, but give it a try at the very least.
We'll let you know. It
is fun. You let us know.
Let us know. We'll tell them. It's fun. You should do it.
And if you're thinking, well, it's not fun when you're not live, then join our Discord, and probably somebody is live there because we hobby hang in there all the time.
Yeah.
So ideally, you'll do that for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Moving on.
Also, really quick, thank you, Chris, for the party lights that you did not get to see. Yes, they go off.
They did go off. They did go off.
But thank you for the membership.
Thank you, Chris. Okay, so let's jump in to. Oh, we actually want to jump in not to games. We're going to come back to games, right, Meg? Mm-hmm. We're going to start on.
We're going to start at the beginning.
Yeah.
Which is.
Nova. Here we are. The beginning.
This
Nova.
Is it.
Here we are.
Yeah. That's the outside of Nova.
Yeah, they had this giant. Catalyst Games had this giant mech suit that you can see, and it's super cool.
Did you go up and touch it?
I didn't. I forget what suit this is too, but I think I have it. But here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of a nice touch.
Yeah, it was all right. Oh, is it? Oh, I'm on the wrong. We have 3 slideshows. There you go, Meg. Yeah, here's what it looks like from our hotel, which is across the street.
This is the view from our room at the generator. Yeah. It's a nice hotel, actually. Its prices are just a little bit lower than the Hilton. And I think I don't know if it's nicer or not.
I think it has the best hangout spot.
It does have the best hangout spot.
If you guys come to this, we recommend checking out the generator as an option.
But also because we don't want people to know about this.
Oh.
Yeah. But a lot of the people in here already know. And
they
so
know.
you guys know.
They know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
If you don't know, join and subscribe and then know.
This was my first day of Nova. I had work.
Yeah, here's
Meg.
So
I did work.
Yeah, here's Meg working.
That's me working, yeah. But anyways, we have the Capital Palette. Hopefully this goes automatically because there's a bunch of pictures in here from the Capital Palette. I took pictures of stuff I liked. We got there Thursday, and it was just starting to fill up. And every day there was just loads and loads more. I think Devin was telling me last year they had, I guess it's not automatic. Last year they had, I don't know, 600-700 entries. This year it's over 1,000. It was tons of people, and every day there were more and more.
It seemed like it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was busy. So I took photos of some of my favorites. I know I missed a bunch because
there's 1,000.
There's so many.
Right.
Yeah. So these were some of my favorites. I love this giant Tyranid model. Did you see this one?
I did not.
What is that? I mean, it looks kit bashed.
It's a little bit kit bashed.
But it looks like it's supposed to actually be something.
I've not been keeping up with all the new 40K releases.
Yeah.
And the Tyranids had a big wave at the start of this edition, and I did not keep up with it.
Okay. All right. Well, anyways, I thought that one was pretty cool.
It is
I liked
cool.
It, yeah. Oh, I had to get a picture of this one because this is the model same model that I used for my Amalthea. I like to see how like other people paint it.
Yeah.
Like what their ideas are there.
Yeah, this one's interesting. You know, when you had this model, Kat recommended to us that we take the eyelashes off. And you didn't like.
I wish I had.
No, I think yours came out good. And, you know, it's weird to be here and say, like, but for this person, maybe they should have, I think.
I think
you did in black. You did in black, and that's kind of a look. Like, you have long black eyelashes right now.
I tried to do blonde because mine is a blonde.
Oh, but that's tricky looking.
Yes. It didn't look good.
Eyelash colors other than black are not normal.
That's not true. People with lighter hair usually have like brown or red, I guess. Okay. Yeah, people have red eyelashes. You wear mascara to cover it and make your eyes pop. Yeah.
Got it.
So anyway, no, I agree. The eyelashes on this model need to go just across the board. It shouldn't even be in
It's
the
called
S2L.
out. I think that this painter doing them orange called them out a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this devil bust so much. I love the way it's painted.
Yeah, it looks great.
And then I had to get this Christmas one for Jupiter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, Jupiter! I don't know. It's weird.
It is weird.
It's creepy. Are those like, I think it's made up of tiny little gnomes.
That make one big gnome all together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, I had to get this one. I almost covered it too, but I'm not so I don't know how this did, but I thought it was hilarious. Do you guys see the number on
69.
The truck? Yeah,
so they painted a Hot Wheels.
They painted a Hot Wheels and put it back in the box.
That's really interesting.
Kind of funny.
I don't know that
The presentation's funny to me, but I was like, oh, our fans will like that.
Yeah, of course. But it's an interesting concept.
Interesting concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Oh, squigs. There were a bunch of these squig entries, but this one was my favorite. They're so bright.
Yeah, this is great.
Oh, look who's that in the background.
Oh, there's yours. Yeah.
I had to get that. But I love the pirate orc. Don't people like pirate orcs as like a concept? Like, don't people ask for this?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I mean,
or you
I
don't care.
Both, if I'm honest.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
But I love this figure, this dude.
That is really cool.
On the tree. I've seen this type of face a lot floating around Instagram and stuff.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to say. Thank you to Soups for your 5 gifted memberships earlier, and we did see the party lights. Appreciate that, as always, Soups.
Yeah, I assume we would just get to it. Yeah, thank you, Soups. Yeah, thank you.
I'm just going to do it now.
Yeah, thank you, as always.
Cool. Cool towel colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love this lion.
Uh-huh.
When you, do you think you're ever going to want to do a bust?
You know, I started that one for the class,
yeah.
And I was like, this will be something I just come back to and work on, and it has not happened.
Yeah. I have projects like that, too, where I'm like, I started it, oh, this is cool, maybe I'll get back to it, and then it's like, probably not.
No,
not anytime soon.
I think given the choice between something like a bust, or here's a Yavara, a model you can't even play with anymore.
You can play with any toys you want.
Legends, yeah.
At any point.
I think
you don't even have to play the game. You can just play with them.
Given a choice between something like a Gargant or, the one time I've submitted a 40K model was Kragnos. I really want to not redo, but like build. I'd say my Marathi, honestly, like she looks totally tabletop ready for an army.
Sure.
But I might even just kind of consider less than 50% done. So I'd like to submit stuff like that. Not really a bust, no.
I see. Okay. I was going to ask, like, if you were going to submit a bust.
I don't think I have a situation in my life.
Would you want something related to 40K or something totally random like this lion? I don't know what this lion is.
I ordered a I Dream of Jeannie miniature to be like, I could put her in a bottle scene and paint her.
Yes, that'd be a cool diorama.
And I ordered it, and it's one of these.
It's tiny. I saw her.
Russian Etsy sites where, like, no matter what size you put in, it comes out that big. So
I saw it, and I was like,
cool.
What is this? I
was like, cool. I'm gonna set this.
I didn't order this.
I don't even know where you saw it.
I think I saw it in my tray.
Maybe I put it there. I was like, cool. Never gonna do anything with this. Thanks, Russia.
Well, don't order from Russia. They're kind of busy right now.
Yeah. So, it does go on itself. It's just pretty slow.
No, I pushed the button.
Got it. Okay.
I must have messed something up. Usually it's me messing
So,
something.
I don't know, Meg. It's hard for me to imagine painting a model that doesn't see the tabletop.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. That goes against your, like,
oh, it's just the needs of the channel at this point, really,
I mean...
No, it's...
Well, I mean, we'll get to that.
Well, it's good for you to do it because this is like your thing, and you do a good job, as we're going to hear about. The good job you did. But...
What?
For me, it's better to just
sure.
make models for the channel.
I'm not trying
these are great, yeah.
Isn't this pretty?
This could almost be a Daughter of Cain, like a close-up. You could almost paint, you could almost make
snakes.
this a blood rack Medusa, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. I love this one. I forgot to vote for fan favorite. I didn't forget. I wasn't going to vote for fan favorite because I was like, there's too many. I don't know. Like, I'm overwhelmed by choice. But now that I'm looking at this one again, it might have been this one. I thought this one was beautiful.
It's quite good.
I love the colors. It's super vibrant. Everything pops. Also,
yeah, without being like, hey, here's some squigs vibrant. You know what I mean? When people like, sometimes I think people like
Yeah.
to paint squigs because they can do them in insane colors.
Yeah.
These are very natural colors
But
that
they're
pop.
vivid, yeah.
But that are vivid,
That's
which is a
cool.
little harder to do.
Yeah.
That's a great, that's a copperhead too. I think
This
that
is
snake
KK's,
great.
right?
Yeah, Is it? I don't know.
I think it's
He's
KK's.
been working
yeah,
on that
he's
one.
been working on it.
It looks great.
Yeah.
KK's a great painter.
I know. It was cool to see it in person. I haven't seen it.
Just look at the white, like all the work on the white.
I know.
The shading on
The
the
blue
white.
is so nice. The blue shading, yeah.
It's nice when you look at that color
And
and he
under his
shaded
skin, too.
When you shade it the white, you can't really even say what color that is. I guess it's gray, but it's like bluish gray. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, and that's how it should look.
Yeah. Oh, these were
man.
cool. I love this guy listening to the little dragon egg or whatever it is. It's
Yeah.
so cute. And that looks
The one on
like
the right looks.
Sam.
The one on the right looks insane. Like
I know, isn't that great?
Very well done.
Very pretty. Yeah. Okay. Then there was this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is mine. I
Mm-hmm.
did take it to show again. So if you guys remember Kubla Khan, when I took it to Kubla Khan, I entered it in Journeyman. Devin and Michael talked about it on our...
I'm sorry, real quick to interrupt you because Devin just messaged that one back
Hey,
one
Devin.
on the right.
Oh.
That was David, who we took a class with.
Oh, sweet.
So
okay.
that totally makes sense because he's
Yeah.
insane. Yeah.
He is
okay.
insane, but very nice.
I mean, he's insane in a positive way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to chat with him.
We do need to chat
Yeah.
with him because he's cool. All right. So this one was, yeah. What was I saying? Kubla Khan, Michael, Devin were like, you should have entered this in Masters. However, I also remember Devin telling me at the time, Nova's different. You should probably keep it in Journeyman. And I did. And so at Kubla Khan, I got gold in Journeyman. And at Nova, I got finalist. So that's like below bronze, right? So that was a good baseline for me, like what the judging is like at these two different places. I didn't change anything on this model. I left it as is. I just submitted it, and that's how it went. But the cool thing that I got, where is it? So here's my pin. Here, we can show it if you want.
Oh yeah.
Here's my pin. And I got a Virgos Vault coin, which is really, really cool. Like, probably the proudest I've been. I'm kidding. About any of the work that I've done on this channel. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. What that means is the folks over at Virgos Vault, you can look it up. It's going to be a new miniature museum in Las Vegas that's opening up. Huge collection of miniatures, and they go around to all these conventions purchasing models from artists. So I got a coin, so they're looking to buy, which is really cool. It's great for our channel, and I'm just so proud to represent our community.
Yay, Meg. Yeah,
at the
you
museum,
really are.
yeah.
You've been working on that thing for a while.
Well, I was. I'm not anymore.
You're not anymore,
Moved
but
on.
that's great. That's amazing. I'm super
I
excited.
think it's a big win for us.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. But we can go back to the slideshow. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I did want to show also, we have best in show and fan favorite. This was the fan favorite. So go follow this person. They have great work.
This is cool.
Isn't it pretty? I didn't even see this one. I don't know when it got submitted.
I don't believe I did either.
I don't know when it got submitted, but
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing it.
This is quite
So
cool.
it disappeared into all of the models. Yeah. But this
Very
one was
cool.
super pretty, yeah. And then this was Best in Show. So Torcathor. Follow them on Instagram. This thing was really pretty.
Yeah, it almost like looks like if you look at it in different ways or kind of let your eyes
Steve
chill
Garcia,
out a bit.
yeah. Steve Garcia and Chris Sure, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like chill out your eyes a little bit. It's like it looks real in a way that
Yes.
you'd see in like a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Like where they'd like take real actors and like put a little bit of CGI over the whole thing,
Yeah.
which is I'm complimenting. I'm saying it looks like it's like jumping out at me, or it looks like it's look at the shadow in the cape from his arm.
Well, Devin is saying that it's iridescent, the way he painted it. I didn't get to see this one either. Like, I didn't see it in the case. And I didn't get to see it up
I mean,
close.
being iridescent obviously makes it more impressive
Isn't
because
that
iridescent
cool?
stuff is a little harder to work with, I find.
It's so hard, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's Capital Palette. as a sampling of Capital Palette and the winners, you should go check out the Nova convention on Instagram for more pictures. They have all kinds of stuff. But yeah, the stakes are high. Not the stakes, sorry. The competition level is really high.
It'd be difficult to convince somebody you painted that last one. Like if you had a friend come over who didn't know the world and they just saw that
like,
there.
You're a liar.
I don't even think they'd ask. They'd just be, oh, cool thing. Cool bust.
Oh, you bought that.
Yeah, you just bought it, like, whatever, manufactured like that, I guess. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, but I don't even know you could make it look that good manufacturing. Like, it was crazy. Wow.
Probably not.
Interesting. Okay, Meg, what are we doing today?
All right, so today we're going to talk about Nova. We just did a little bit. And then I took 3 classes on Sunday. So I wanted to do like a quick review of what those were for you guys and, you know, pass that along. This also relates to our poll, guys, like all of our polls. It's very important. These are basically the 3 concepts that I took classes for.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a quick demo. I'm going to see what I can remember and try not to butcher it.
Okay.
But yeah, why don't we check on that?
Okay, so your first class here, we're going to get to...
That's me sighing at myself for doing that. Like I test it and then I don't reset it. Classic Meg. Okay, first is... Yeah, Art of Lovejoy.
Okay.
Aaron Lovejoy. Took a non-metal metallic class with him. And... yeah, Devin, I don't know about that. Yeah, these were the colors we started off with in the class on the left. We only actually used the NMM bottles. So there's an NMM highlight, base, and shadow. We actually didn't use the shadow, but what we did was mix the gold, that middle color, with black.
So
and it came out to
about
that
NMM
color.
NMM bottles, what do you mean?
Sorry, the gold at the bottom,
Yeah.
and the second one up, and then the fourth one up, were basically the colors that were achieved. Because like I just said, the black was mixed, the dragon black was mixed with the NMM gold base to create like a dark greenish brown, right? And that's pretty much the NMM gold shadow. I don't have those colors today, but I just picked stuff we'll just practice, it's fine with what we have. But this was the start, so we had this little vampire mini, and he had zenithalled it from the front to show the light source, which was super helpful, and that sort of guided where we placed the paint layers. But I know we started with the dark areas with the dark color, then we did the middle color, and then we added highlights. And we kind of just kept it really blocky, because this was basics, it's just laying stuff down. And he talked a lot about the way the metallic would reflect in the light.
What do you mean by blocky?
Well, I mean, you can see that this isn't glazed, right? Like the black areas come right up against the gold.
It's not, there's no transition, things aren't blended.
Yeah, and when you're doing an MM, let me see if I remember this right. Devin, you're smarter about this stuff, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. He gave us a packet, and I didn't get a chance to read it before today, but it's a PDF we all got for taking the class. It was pretty cool. I believe it is you want to blend your darks with your mediums, and the transition to the really, really brights should be really harsh to help it sell the metal look. And so there probably could have been more blending, but it was a quick class, and we took it pretty slow, but that's kind of how we went about it. And then lastly was like panel lining everything in black and adding these really like high value highlights. Great, Devin got yeah. Okay. Devin says I'm right. So yeah, we have something we were going to work on for a little bit, just for a little bit. We're not going to finish anything today. Yeah. But yeah, we can put the camera on and then chat while we do this.
Yeah, let's do this. Yeah. Okay.
I already laid out my colors. Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm going to follow along here.
Okay.
See how I do.
Yeah, this is it. I saw it on the screen and I was like, wait, did I drop like black paint?
It's a Blood Bowl.
It's just a Blood Bowl coin, yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna try that. And actually, we have something to look at for ourselves, which is like a coin. So this was like the direction of the light I was gonna go with. Okay. All right. So let's see. I'm trying to remember where we started. I believe it was the darks. Okay. So this is Dragon Black. This middle color is Baylor Brown.
Okay.
It's pretty close to the NMM base. I'm going to actually mix the black with that and just see how it looks, like compared to this brown color, because I don't know if that's quite right.
The brown color, the dark brown color in the middle she has there is a Rhinox hide.
Cloth, please. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we'll see if Rhinox hide works. I really don't know.
So right there, you're mixing...
Dragon Black. Ugh, all my paints got tainted. Look at that taint.
Dragon Black with Baylor Brown. It
Yes.
should make like a almost...
It should be greenish.
Greenish,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because like gold kind of looks green when
Okay.
it's dark.
It just looks a
like
little darker
yellows look dark. That's okay.
than mine.
We actually don't want it to be, yeah, you could probably go a little darker, but you don't want it to necessarily be the darkest.
Okay.
You're going to go darker from here at some point.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so looking at this quarter, I think the darkest areas, let's see.
Seems like it's on the left side.
Yeah, if the lights are coming from over here, then I'm going to fill in the darks, let's see, probably below the raised parts. We'll figure it out. I'm going to go on the raised parts with it. I'm just going to kind of like, I don't know, play with it. I don't really know what the answer is here. Good old George.
Good stream.
I mean, that's what you do, right?
No,
You're like learning. Like some of the hits, it's different. It's a little different than George because these are all flat surfaces, and he's a bit raised. So it's going to reflect light a little bit differently. But here's what I'm going to go with.
Okay.
Let's see. Devin, you can feel free to like be like, nah, don't put it there. Come on, don't be a dummy, Meg. I mean, give feedback.
I would like to, yeah, it'd be cool to do a bust sometime for sure, Devin. It'd be cool to do a Witch Elf or a Dread Scythe Harridan.
Devin, just play.
I'm honestly kind of just using where light's coming from. Since my light source is coming from the right, kind of like the picture of the coin anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm just sort of, wherever it's super dark, like a little
Yeah.
shadow's been cast, I'm just putting this dark color down.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to tilt. That's smart. I'm going to tilt mine and kind of do the same thing.
Yours might be coming from the other direction, though, since you...
That's fair.
That
But I
line.
mean the same idea. Like,
Yeah.
that's fair. Okay.
And I guess I don't care if I go out further because I'm just going to cover it up.
Right. Exactly. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, I'm putting down like
put
this
some here, too.
brownish green. I'm putting it in the bee holes.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Put that paint in the bee hole.
Yeah, put it in your bee hole. That's solid advice.
I'm certainly going to have to go get some more water to drink.
I know, right? Okay. I'm going to kind of move on with my life for this
So what should I do?
far.
Yeah, what's the next step
Okay.
here?
So then what we did was the middle color, which is the Baylor Brown.
Okay.
Let me get this away. Ugh. Get out of here.
Because we're just doing the block in
I'm
right
just
now.
blocking stuff in. Yes, Soups, a B hole is like an A hole. So smart. All right, the other thing that I'm noticing about this coin is that it's the light's coming from the left, but it's darker on the flat area towards the left. If you look at the right side of the flat area, it's actually like brighter. Isn't that neat? So I'm gonna go with that. It's a little different because this is sunken in.
Pretty stark contrast.
Yeah,
Should that be...
I think that's fine.
And now what do
because
you-
it's the kind of thing where you would like glaze.
Where are
I
you
need a
putting this?
smaller brush.
Wherever you think things are lighter?
So I'm looking at the left side of the coin.
Yeah.
And I'm putting it in the flat areas, and then I'll probably cover up some of the dark on these raised surfaces too. We'll see. You did not take any classes.
I didn't take classes.
What do you think you're gonna do next year?
Really too early to say.
Yeah.
A betting man, I try the 8 games AOS again and fail. Just like I did this year.
Okay, we'll get to that.
but-
Did you try 8 games, Zach?
I mean, I entered a tournament where there were 8 games and I dropped after 5.
Oh my.
I dropped for a reason I didn't think I was going to have to drop for, which is my record was pretty bad.
You said to me, got put in the 2 to
I would have been putting the 2 and 3 bracket.
2-3 bracket, and that doesn't sound fun.
Yeah.
That might be the most blueberry thing you've ever said to me.
It's okay. There are the issue and the problem with Nova is that there's an alternative, and the alternative is going and doing something with my friends or family.
Oh my gosh, I know. I can't wait for us to talk about the hanging out.
So when if I played 5 games on Friday and Saturday, and I'm 4-1 or I'm 5-0, which I'm not going to be, but let's say I'm 4-1, even 3-2, then I sincerely would have considered, especially 4-1 for sure, I would have played the next 3 games and played in the 4-1 bracket. That would have been really good for me. The reality is that I don't think that that's the case. Like, clearly I did poorly, and so should do. It's not like I'm not going to learn anything in the 2 and 3 bracket or even have a good time. It just wasn't appealing to me, and I guess it's because it doesn't outweigh going and hanging out with.
It's so funny because that is my bracket. Like, I love that bracket. Well, the 2 loss bracket anyway. Like, getting in, or 3 loss bracket. You know.
Yeah.
You hit three losses, and then you get to hang out and shoot the shit while you play a bit more.
So.
Yeah.
So I bailed. And I will say this. I'll also say this. I'm not the biggest fan of the 8-round tournament.
No, that's a terrible idea.
I really don't like it.
I really don't blame you. Yeah.
So if I remember not to do it next year, then really what piques my interest is the narrative.
Don't do it, Zach.
Don't do the narrative?
No, don't do the 8 game. Like, make that decision now. Don't commit to it. Don't do it. Let's do narrative. So we'll get to pictures of the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
There's a small little collection, but dude, that looked fun. It looked so fun. I was like, okay, this feels to me like, what's it called? Old Town Throwdown.
Meg, I have a question. In the interest of time, I don't want to speed you along too much, but maybe we should not worry too much about the rim of the coin. We could just talk about the interior.
Whatever you want, Zach.
What do you think?
I'm just gonna talk through where I'm at.
Oh, okay. Well, you're not going to do the whole rim anyway.
No, it's fine.
Again,
I'm not going to finish this. This is going to look like garbage, like, before the stream's over. It's fine. Like, I'm just blocking stuff in. I'm not too worried about it. I can see there's, like, some cool details, in, like, raised
little
texture. Like, it's got this cool coin, like, old-timey coin bumpy texture in it. And that's, like, stuff I'll want to highlight and kind of scumble around in. But I'm not going to have time for that. So I get it.
So, yeah, I'm leaning definitely towards... if you ask me right now, if I had to make the decision right now, what I'm doing at Nova next year, I'd say I'm going to do the narrative.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
I would love to do that with you.
I'm disappointed with how I did at the event tournament, but I think I just need more practice piloting that list.
Yeah.
I had not played... the first game I played, I did win, but the first game I played was the first game I played with that list. I did no practice with it.
Yeah.
Although I do know daughter, so I should have been able to do a little bit better, I think. I think I should have been able to do 3 and 2. And to be fair, all of my losses were insanely close, except for my one against Lumineth, which doesn't really make sense. You're not really playing AOS. Currently, when you play against Lumineth, you don't really play AOS. You watch a Lumineth player pick up your models. A Lumineth player tells you what models... No, but believe me. If anyone in chat has played against like a tournament Lumineth list, you sit there.
Is that why John wants to play Lumineth so bad?
Yeah, because he's a blue bag boy. You sit there and the Lumineth player's like, all right, just go ahead and pick up a quarter of your army this turn, and now pick up another quarter the next turn.
I'm going to I know this will be a highlight later, but I'm going to just sort of call it out now.
Okay.
A little bit. Aaron Lovejoy was really big also on just put the color down. Don't water it down, don't mute it.
People overthink what they think. People overthink this stuff when they're painting. I think.
Yeah, he wanted the pigment out of the box for it. Okay, actually, it's already starting to look like what I want, so that's good. It doesn't look horrible.
No, Soups. I haven't played against them in Spearhead yet. Are they not good? A lot of the little shooting armies aren't good in Spearhead. Like Cities is kind of rough. Caradron's kind of rough. The board is so tiny, you get about one chance to shoot something before you're
because
like.
Soups did play with Lumineth.
For Spearhead.
No, he played.
Yeah.
Wait, did he play? No,
Yeah.
because he played Maggotkin, I thought.
Yeah, you get about one chance to shoot at things.
I can't remember if he actually
And
played
then
with Lumineth.
they're in combat with you. And maybe not even one chance.
Okay.
Okay, so what's the next step?
Kind of move on to the higher points.
Okay. And what are we using for this?
So that, I have this really bright yellow. Oops, one sec. Ah, Meg. It is Dorn yellow.
Okay.
Cool.
And what do I do here?
So, I mean, if you look at the coin, I see highlights on the front of his face,
And
right?
sorry, I'm not blending this at all yet with.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
So,
I mean,
because we're still blocking.
we're just blocking. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay.
And now I'm
but
finding the brightest
you
areas.
especially don't want to blend the highlight. The highlight should be you'll blend it a little bit at some point, but it should be the harshest transition on what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So
Okay.
I'm just gonna sort of like block in some edges a bit.
Never stop edging.
Never stop edging. There's a lot of edges on this coin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never stop.
Don't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. I like how I'm gonna have these two coins for Blood Bowl lit from different sides. It's gonna be kind of funny.
You can just paint over them.
I know. No, I don't want to. I want to treasure your artwork forever. Okay. And then, so we're going to do that. We're going to edge highlight from the side of the source of light, but also what helps sell is actually, metallics will reflect light all over the place. So you're also going to put some on the outside edges of things. So sorry.
Oh yeah, that's what I've been doing mostly. You
Yeah,
just can't show mine.
like the light source is oh, that looks nice. The light source is coming from here.
Okay.
You
For
can actually yeah. But like I'm gonna put a highlight at some point. A highlight will be on the opposite side, and
Got
that
it.
helps it look really shiny. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll cover that up eventually because I'm gonna work back and forth on this a little bit more.
Now speaking of Lumineth and non-metallic, I actually purchased
Yep.
a colossal.
Tell everybody why we're doing that. Why I'm
Colossal
doing
collection
NMM.
of Lumineth. I think I probably got $1,600 worth of Lumineth from a awesome guy in Boise for $550.
Yeah.
That includes shipping.
That's so good.
And he sent them today, so they should
That's
they
awesome.
should be showing up shortly. Not today, but they should be showing up in the next few days. And I think I figured we had to buy one more box of Wardens, and that's it. Yeah,
Okay.
we're getting 30 Wardens. I think we want 40,
Yes.
and that's it.
And then my plan is to do non-metallic metal on the Lumineth.
We'll see now.
So we'll never see them on the channel.
But we need to because
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't worry. Don't worry, John.
But we need to see them on channel because we spent money on them,
Oh.
and so they need.
You know
to,
what will probably happen is I'll
We need to be
finish a
business people and
few.
make that money back.
I'll finish a few so we can get some photos. And then sorry.
Start playing.
We
them.
can just start playing with them. They'll look fine, and then I'll work on them as we go. Okay.
I mean, I'm in
That's
that
starting to go
position. I'm in
somewhere.
that position with a lot of armies for the channel, where I'm having to kind of go back and add a unit here or there, and it's a
then
nice thing.
The new person that joined our server a while ago, what was their name? Adam or Edom, I think.
Yeah,
Did Lumineth, and there was this really nice like blue to pink purpley transition going on in the metal, and I'm kind of like, ooh, I want to use that too. I love that. All right, I'm gonna mix in. I'm like pretty generally happy with where it's laid
Can
out.
we, before we move on to our next step, can we just see the blending process? Because I agree, like this actually looks like once you see the blocking, you can start to see.
You can
it's
start
like,
to see what it's gonna do.
what it's gonna do. So
Yeah.
can you show us the blending? What did you just do there?
I didn't. I haven't blended it.
Oh, okay.
What I did was I took a bit of the Baylor Brown and mixed it into the dark color that I have to just take it up a level.
Okay.
because I kind of want to put that in here. Like, for that in-between part.
The dark color we made earlier?
Yeah.
With the Baylor brown?
Yeah, the Baylor brown and black. I just want to lift this
Wait,
area.
the black or the...
You should have mixed it, the Baylor brown
what?
with a little bit of black.
And now you're taking that and mixing it further with Baylor brown.
With Baylor brown, yeah, just
Got
to...
it. Got it.
Yeah. Something like that. Anyway. But yeah, he talked a lot about like the source of light. We did on this vampire. So since this is the direction of the light, the vampire's head is casting a shadow on this arm, this pad, which is right here.
Which we saw on the winner. I was talking about the cape, the crazy cape, the way his arm cast the shadow on the cape, or on the in the inside of the cape. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, these are the dark areas. The back side is slightly darker than the front side. So we did mix like this Baylor brown color with some of the dark color we made, just ever so slightly to make this side a bit darker. And then you'll notice like there's parts of this that slope up. And those, even though they're in a darker part of the body, they catch the light as they slope upwards. So this is a lot more dynamic than the coin. So, you know, they're going to be a bit different. Also, different
As we
colors.
move on to our next segment
Yeah.
here, can I ask? Can I try to summarize? Jump, non-metallics. Go. Pick a few colors.
Yeah.
Block up. Use a wet palette. If you don't have a wet palette, it's very helpful, I think. Block them out.
Yeah.
And then I think the blending is going to mostly make sense.
Yeah. Just blend less with your highlights. Blend more with your darks.
And the mediums.
And then the last steps that we won't have time to really...
This is where I ended, which I think is like it's probably some of the best non-metal metallic I've ever done.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Although I would bring in some more of this Baylor brown color to these parts. But that's fine. It looks great. It's not that hard.
No.
It's just time consuming is all.
I'm not even sure that's that time consuming, if I'm honest.
Again, because I would spend more time on my like blending and stuff.
Of course,
it looks fine. It looks great.
But the nice thing, you know, for folks at home thinking Megan's crazy about doing that, keep in mind, small models actually is going to make. This is a rare instance where it's easier on a small model.
I'd stop here, like for the most part. First,
right,
I'm like,
exactly,
whatever, it's fine.
Exactly.
It reads from far enough away.
Okay, awesome.
Anyway, so that was that first class.
Okay, so very fun stuff. So, see, that's what I was talking about. His arm there. Look how cool that looks.
Yeah.
The shadow on the inside of the cape.
Yeah.
Okay, games.
Let's
this was actually not my first game. Remember I was telling you how this never works, the order?
Click on
this one?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay, this was Nick. I played Nick. I played, this was Michael. This is the Lumineth player. Michael was pretty candid the whole time about saying how he wasn't having any fun.
Why?
Because his army's not fun to play. He's like, this isn't fun to play.
Why did you bring it?
He's going into a team tournament, and his team was like, you need to take this to Nova and practice with it.
That sucks.
It totally sucked. It was so zero fun.
That's why you got to be on Team Fun with Meg. You can do whatever you want. I don't care.
If you don't know, you didn't hear me blab about it for like 2 straight weeks. I took 100 Witch Elves, 15 Doomfire Warlocks, and 3 Foot characters. And I was like, I don't know if it's going to do well or if it's not going to do well. So I played this game with Nick, and I mean, he
cleaned up.
He was picked up by the end of 2. So I was like, oh, I think this is going to do well. And then I went here.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, this isn't fun. I had one double turn where I could have caught them. Because all you do is chase them. You just chase them. Because they move that flying.
I hate that. You're right. Because I had to play them.
They made it even. That's third ed.
And I was like, okay, here's my plan. And I'm doing stuff. And it's like, and they're gone.
Yeah.
Like,
and
I don't have a plan.
You're like, 40K players are like, that sounds familiar against Tau or really shooty like Necron or Eldar Army.
Yeah.
You're like, eventually you get them. You won't get these guys because they move so far and you have much less assets in Sigmar that they will just jump over you and then the chaser renews. It's in the opposite side of the corner. So you'll never catch them. You need a double turn to catch them. I have a fast army, by the way. Couldn't catch them. I had one chance, 1 into 2. He went first. He came. He did okay. I ran up, made, then he was too far away because they run, shoot, then they jump back, all in their same shooting phase. I had a chance to kind of catch him, but he won the priority roll, and that was that. So that game was decided pretty quick. It is absolutely not fun. Not a fun army. GW, Matt Rose, you need to fix that army.
Matt Rose.
Tooth sweet. This was Adrian. This was a great game. He was playing Seraphon, which I more or less kind of knew things Seraphon.
Oh, wait,
Seraphon? Was it Seraphon? No, what was he playing?
That looks like a Seraphon.
Is it? Yeah. He was Seraphon.
Is this a Seraphon?
Yes, I think he was Seraphon. Why can't I remember what Adrian was playing? Anyway, this is just a good fun time, and it was a close game. And it came down to a priority roll late in the game, like 3 into 4 or 4 into not 4 into 5.
This was when you started getting depressed.
Yeah, but I did lose this game, so I did end the day 1 and 2, which I'm usually pretty bummed on. But the next day, I did beat Jeremy's Soul Blight.
So he was happy again.
So then I was 2 and 2, feeling pretty good. Jeremy's super cool guy from Alabama. He's a Crimson Tide fan, Roll Tide. Yeah. But and I'm an LSU fan. So college football starts this
What did
weekend.
he say about your terrible shirt?
He didn't say anything.
Oh, okay.
I think he would have liked it. I think he would have liked what was going on in my shirt if you chose to say anything about it. Yeah. And then last but not least, I played Cody. Wait, was it Cody? No, sorry, Corey. I played Corey.
I love that shirt.
And he also had Seraphon, and it was also a crazy close game. And he was a funny guy. I like Corey a lot. He kind of started off. We kind of started playing a little cagey. Then he kind of came in and didn't do too much. And then I just absolutely picked up an insane amount of his army, and he was like, that was his reaction. And that was on his turn. And then I went and picked up even more. And then it was pretty grim for him. And he was like, I think this is it, man. But then it just starts to turn, and it's because witch elves are just fragile. So it's just then he eventually ended up double turning me, and that was it.
Yeah.
My army cannot really handle a double turn, so I have to figure out how to work strategy wise.
Yeah.
Make it handle a double turn.
Yeah.
I think I navigated away from the wrong sub faction. I think I should have stuck with the 3-up teleport, if I'm honest. Yeah. That was my games.
It doesn't sound like. Did you have fun or not?
I'm excited about 100 Witch Elves.
Okay, so you didn't have fun.
I think I'm still going to play.
That's his political way of saying, I didn't have fun. I don't like losing.
I did. All my opponents were great. My opponents were all great.
Yeah,
even Michael was fun to play. Michael and I had a fun time.
It sounded like everybody was
nice.
Yeah,
everybody's great. Yeah. So I can't complain there. Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of just walked around and took some photos of some of the stuff I liked. I tried not to be too intrusive.
These trolls are playing next to me round 1. Yeah.
Well, I wish I had gotten her in the photo. It was a woman.
I don't remember her name.
And she had really pretty rainbow trolls, rainbowy trolls, and I was like immediately.
She was playing a guy a guy from France who I also didn't get to meet, but they look like they're having a really fun game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I had to get some Gargants for our Gargant fans. This looks like Kit Bashy stuff.
It does.
Yeah,
not
it's
the
very
back
cool.
one, but the front one.
The front one. And look at the hooves. That's super cool.
Yeah.
It's so much better than looking at feet. Oh, I love this display board.
Oh yeah,
isn't that
great.
cool?
Yeah.
Obviously the models were not on it, but I was like, oh, there should be a photo taken of this by itself. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the waterfalls.
It's almost cool. Nice that you got a photo of it by itself. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you can go look this up, I guess. The Dread Plague, I'm assuming, painted by Michael Fox.
Okay. A Skaven army.
Yeah. You can go look that up. There's Zach.
Yeah.
I got pictures of you playing 2 different games.
Look at
no more, no less.
Look at Corey down there, lining up a shot. What was he doing? He wasn't. He was just we were just starting our game.
I think he's staring at your crotch.
I think he's just getting models out of a case. I'm trying to think what game that is on the second, on the other side.
This was the one I think when you were next to the Rainbow Trolls.
Oh, that was the first game.
Oh,
okay.
This is a good picture.
This is a good one.
Oh, this is a good one too.
A good one.
What happened?
I don't know. Remember,
Okay.
Bree, it never works when you move the pictures around.
Stop.
It always does something funky.
It's
OBS.
fine.
Yeah.
We don't have to get mad.
No, we're not.
All right.
This is
Lord of the Rings area. So the AOS room had Lord of the Rings. It had some Star Wars stuff. It had Fallout, and it had Old World.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it had a lot going on. The Lord of the Rings boards are the best boards.
They are.
The terrain is so cool.
They are. I will say the only issue with the Lord of the Rings boards we're finding is we all go in there now. We've been going to Nova for 3 years. We go in and we all take pictures of the same boards for 3 years in a row.
That's fair, but
And-
not everybody has.
I know.
You miss
of course.
stuff,
yeah.
right?
But they are quite amazing.
Now,
yeah.
I mean, we have a Smaug. I was like, I should just bring some. I don't want to travel with Smaug.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Yeah.
He's usually banned from tournaments also.
I know, but
So I've heard.
whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, this was super. Oh, dang it. The Sauron Tower's not in this. I really wanted to show that one off. Okay.
I don't know if I saw that.
But yeah, I know, because it had those two that were skipped.
Is this Fallout or something?
My goodness. No, this is a Lord of the Rings section.
Okay.
And these, I just thought these were cool minis. Like his bases have these like aquarium plants all over. So I wanted to get the stairs with those minis because they're pretty cool, I thought. Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what? I'm going to fix this because I'm annoyed. No, you know what? I would think I would have to quit.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to work.
It's not going to happen. That's too bad. Okay, we'll go backwards. See what happens. Okay, this is from the narrative AOS game.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is from the
You
last
didn't get
day?
to go check it out, did you? When they were playing.
I did when they weren't up there.
Okay, yeah, it was empty.
I
yeah.
just saw, yeah.
But Baby Girl and Captain Sparkle Pants.
Yeah.
And shoot, I'm drawing a blank. Baby Girl, you'll fill me in. Yes, the bad. I can't wait to show you my color correction tie. But yeah, upstairs doing this narrative thing. It looked amazing. This final battle that I caught was this giant wall. These are Baby Grill's minis, and she won
pumpkin.
Best Painted. I think I hope I stole a picture of her with her Best Painted award.
Yeah,
but there's some cute pumpkin butts. Look at that.
Yeah, I got a chance to hang out with them at the end, the last day, a little bit while they were playing Spearhead and look at some of these up close.
It's funny. This last game.
They're all very different.
Yes.
Yeah.
This last game was like a battle across this wall, like it was siege almost. And so when I went in to see the deployments, you just see butts, like, because everyone's facing the wall. I was like, oh, this is weird. Like, I can't actually see the front of any model. Because so it was destruction and chaos on one side, and everyone was pushed up, like close to the wall. I tried to like take some photos that way, but it wasn't great. And then on the other side was order and death. And it was funny because like the narrative thing is super cool because like anything goes. At some point, one player traded something for a Kragnos, and this was like a death army. So there was this OCR Bone Reaper's army with a random Kragnos.
One thing that I really thought was interesting,
I love that.
Baby Girl and Captain Sparkle Pants were telling me that...
there's the kind of almost the full length of the wall.
Yeah, I thought was very interesting about the narrative that attracted me to it was that he said, or she was telling me that the guy who runs it said that... There they are.
There she is. Yay.
Yeah, with Best Painted and Captain Sparkle Pants.
Congratulations. That's
nice.
So cool.
Yeah. They were telling me that one of the things they'll do is when... And I've done narrative before. Brett, who's in chat, and I've done narrative. And Brett and I always kind of leave with this, like, that was super fun. It was fun to hang out with Brett. It was fun to go, like we're going to talk about later, go do the things with your friends. But the actual event itself, the game by game can be a little hit and miss, depending on your opponent. And when a game is hit and miss in a competitive level, that's like usually an indication that, the list beat your list up bad, and that just happens, right?
Thank you, Mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was just going to say that what they were telling me is that often the person who does the narrative will like pair people up at the same level. So like you can kind of give them some information on the way in, like, and Baby Girl was saying like you could, if you want to, you could go in and say, hey, listen, I'm cool playing any of the tryhards.
Okay.
And that's probably what I'll do. I probably will take something that's kind of good, but not like top tier meta, like 100 Witch Elves.
Already planning on messing.
And I'll just say, hey, listen, if anyone's a tryhard, and she said like,
that happens.
People will acknowledge that. They'll say, look, I'd like good games against strong opponents in the narrative. And you apparently like he collects that kind of information and he uses it to inform the pairings.
That's nice, yeah.
A lot of people just say, I just want to roll dice.
Whatever,
a lot of people say, I don't care, I'll do anything. Drea, I know. And Drea and Well, I'm going to keep calling him Mark. I know, but I was going to keep calling him Captain Sparkle Pants until he confirmed it. But I was going to say their names are their online handles are very long too. Anyway,
this is the problem with going backwards. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
That's what was exciting to me about the narrative when they were telling me that, because
Hey,
then I can say that I can be like, hey, I want to go to narrative and I want to play anyone that you think is going to be a tryhard.
Because the narrative setup is very fun, but you don't always get to experience that if you're a tryhard.
Some of the narratives, Baby Girl was saying, or maybe it was Captain Sparkle, Mark, sorry, was saying, I think one of them was saying, like, the first person I played, it was like his first game of 4th ed at that event.
Yeah.
But this time next year, I'm probably going to have played
a million,
200 more games. So, like, I play a lot of games, so I would just be like, cool, I'll just play whoever, right?
Yeah.
That's fine. But I don't want to play people who've only played one game.
Yeah.
Because it won't be fun for them.
Yeah.
Because I'll be like, I don't know the rules. And it'll feel like they're getting gotcha'd all the time.
It does feel like I'm getting gotcha'd every time I play you.
No, just if you're not familiar with
Only
things.
because my brain, I can't, they don't stick. All right, anyways, so moving on to the Warhammer 40K, well, the Warhammer in Space room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the lights are purple. I really tried to color correct like a couple of these, and I think I got only so far, and I was like, all right, this is pretty good. So when you guys see the purple images, you'll see the difference. But anyway, just some cool shots from some of the boards that I saw. There's Zell Nasty.
There he is.
Of course, I got photos of some Blood Angels for soups. But it was hard to take photos in there because it was so dark.
It was interesting looking. It was cool looking in there, but it was weird.
Yeah. Okay, this is Nate.
Okay.
From the team Big D Energy.
Okay.
Which I love. And he had these chrome Tyrannid
like
Necron mashups.
Okay.
And they are painted like this chrome. And I was like, I like gasped when I walked past and I took a picture, and then I was like, I need to go back and get a picture of him with the army, because that was my favorite one in the room. Like, I thought it was so fun. Like, what a fun idea. Like, the kit bashing was super cool looking because they look like xenomorphs.
They look
Necron-y
crazy
things. Yeah, they are. And they're just solid chrome with like the edge detailing picked out in bright colors. It was super cool. I love it. Yeah. Okay. All right, that's what the room looked like. It was purple. I did all right.
Yeah.
And I gave up at this point. But it was the biggest room. I mean, it was all 40K in the middle, and then on the edges, I think, was Heresy.
And the stores.
Yes, and then there's a huge ring around the whole thing with the vendors. I got a bunch of shirts for the mods.
Yeah, it's a cool venue. It's a good venue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, not the purple lights for crying out loud. Oh, there's a Space Marine.
Uh-huh.
It's big.
Super cool.
It's really big.
Yeah, they take that. Yep.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so here's Old World. This is the only Old World army I got a picture of because
this is the Unicorn Girl.
The Unicorn Girl.
Isn't she the one that rides the unicorn? Did she cosplay as like the girl who rides the unicorn?
Oh, I didn't even ask if that's what she was doing. I was walking and I was like, whoa, your dress is amazing. Also, you're really tall. She's very tall. I think her name was Nuna.
Oh my God, I didn't realize, because you're kind of tall for a woman.
I'm 5'9", man.
You're 5'9".
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, I thought her army was really pretty.
Yeah, it is.
And I thought her dress was badass, so I wanted to get pictures with her. Yeah. All right. Did we hit the end? Because we have missing pictures, and I didn't get to show you the Eye of Sauron tower that's so big.
Perfect timing for our next class.
It is. Our next class, yeah.
Okay, so let's go to it.
Let's do it. Okay, so this next class was taught.
And Meg, while you give a little bit of background, I'm going to go get some water.
Okay.
Okay.
You're going to leave me here with these people?
Just give us the background.
Yeah. All right. So this is Brush for Hire's class. Goes by Brush for Hire.
Okay.
He, I wish I had captured his pants because he also had pajama pants on. He looked so cozy. Anyway, so this class was Galaxy. I have never done Galaxy before. I know it, I get the concept. It's not too difficult, but I thought it'd be cool to just practice and go through it with somebody guiding me. Yeah, you guys are bozos too. You're everything. All right, so yeah, but it's basically a lot of toothbrushing paint and glazes. And then if you want to add like a space cloud, then you could paint that in too. So funny right here with the paintbrush, I guess I wasn't paying attention in class. I was probably like jotting down notes or taking pictures for Instagram or something like that. But he was demoing like how to do the spray, and I guess I missed it because I was doing with the toothbrush brushing out like towards. But what it's, I'll show this. We can show this on the top view actually. Okay, so like I'm doing this right the whole time, and so much spray is like, you can see in the picture, like there's spray all over my hands, and I'm like, oh well, I guess that's just what happens. But when you look at the bristles, like they're springing towards me like when I release, right? So I was supposed to do this, and then I was like, oh, whoosh. Anyway, so that's how you do that. So I did learn something in this class. Yeah. Oh, where are we at?
The other
Inspired. Yeah. Okay.
The other thing that is like, we're showing on a brush that's kind of dark.
Yeah.
You actually would want kind of a recently retired.
Yeah,
toothbrush.
probably something that's
not something that's been scrubbing dark paint, because it will.
It's gonna
color.
color.
You're using
huh?
white.
I know. What? Well, that's all right.
Let me see if I can find one. We might have one.
You can't. We'll just go get your toothbrush. We'll put it back when we're done.
I just want.
Anyway, so yeah, first it's like the speckles, then do some washes of color to kind of align with whatever you're using as your reference. And then he had us do that again. It's a lot of back and forth, right? Like you want to create like those levels of depth. So you do your first set of stars, wash over it, do some more stars, but a little closer, so not as many, do some more washes, etc. Like you just go back and forth till it has the depth you want. And then lastly, painting on some of these clouds. And then I just sort of washed over the whole thing. So I can actually, I think this is the last one. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so that's sort of where it ended. And then I just sort of edge highlighted the cloak a little bit because I thought it was cool.
Now I'm kind of used to doing most of these processes with an airbrush.
You can't, we didn't do that. This is like, it's kind of a beginner class, honestly.
Is this an okay time to show off my airbrush that I got?
Oh yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Well,
even though we're not going to use it.
Can I show? Well, you get started on that.
Yeah.
How about I show this? Because my stuff's not. I mean, I was just going to do it on a little block anyway. So yours is more interesting. Now, one thing before Meg gets going, we did use. I think it was we might have put the blue away that we used, but it was. Oh no, it was Night Lords.
Oh wow. Nah, nothing. I was going to copy this and paint. Can you hit Command V? Or Command C? Sorry.
Okay.
Got it? Okay, now hit Command V. Cool.
Okay.
All right. That's fine.
We did use Cantor Blue. I prepped this mini for Meg before the stream.
Yeah.
I made a glaze, more or less, of Cantor Blue, which is a base coat. And I used Merlin's Magic Medium, which is Cuttlefish Colors.
Yeah. You can
But
kind
you
of
could
there you
use
go.
any.
You can kind
You
of
could
see the
use
dark
any.
blue. So this is prime black and then a glaze of blue to just sort of set the tone.
Yeah, and which when you look at this galaxy picture she has up here, you actually see there's only like close to the bottom right corner and bottom left corner of these
This little
pictures
dude.
does it kind of get black.
Yeah.
So for the most part, another airbrush, tie kind of. I'll explain that in a second. So one of the fun things I got, speaking of metallic, I got I bought a few things from
there it is.
Spray Gunner. And so the first thing I got were some high super chrome metallic paints. Saray and I have been looking for some. I saw the work that had been done. They had displays up and models that had been painted with these. Saray and I have been on the hunt for crazy intense chrome mirror paints. So I got a set for Saray and I to have fun with. There's like a bronze, a silver, and a gold, and they're called
Nice.
they're called
Do you wanna put it here on
Chroma Air airbrush, and they're specifically for airbrush. No, that's okay.
No?
Yeah, you can just show one real quick.
Yeah.
You're not really going to get the full gist of it there. Okay, now that's the first
So
thing
you
I
can
got.
see what it looks like.
Right, the bottle, yeah. Okay, now the second thing I got, and we'll be doing some stuff with that, so of course you guys are going to see this. Now the second thing I got, I'm kind of interested in, and they had it set up to test because I think people have always been skeptical of this product. But I bought Spray Gunner's little air compress.
So we can take it camping.
So you can take your airbrush camping.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I ended up with another airbrush is
Or on a
because
plane.
they had a kind of a special deal, which I think they also still have up on the website, where it comes with one of their branded website or airbrushes, which is actually called No Name. So I ended up with that, and right now, all of our other airbrushes, you can go, Meg, if you want. Oh, I guess you want to explain. All of our other airbrushes have quick releases on them. So right now, until I get another quick release.
Sure.
But they had it set up there where you could try it out. You get you got 2 batteries.
Here, why don't we switch so you can actually show
No,
this?
No.
Yes.
I promise it's not going to take
Let's
long.
switch. Switch, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like them to see it.
Okay.
Because it's kind of weird that you're up in that little tiny box.
Okay.
It's fine.
So here you go. So you end up with this thing, and you can attach any airbrush to this thing. And then this is the battery, and it goes on, and then you turn this on. You hear it, and there it is. Wait, can you see them blowing things?
Here.
What
can we-
my hair.
Here.
Actually, this is kind of nice. That's not. There we go.
There we go. Ugh.
Yeah.
The
So,
power. The power
and
of batteries.
Apparently, you could turn it. You could pull this back and turn it on, and have it run for 30 minutes continuously. They say it's about 16 psi.
That's not that great.
16 psi.
That's not very high, right? Don't we do like 20 to 30 usually?
Just
Maybe
I
not.
usually do like 15 to 20. Somewhere
Oh,
in there.
okay.
So that's it.
See, Ty said oof.
Yeah.
All right, come get back.
We can try. We can
can't.
try it out on stream first. I really don't want to use this
no,
airbrush
don't
though.
use it now. We're not doing that now,
Yeah.
silly.
No, I won't. I really don't want to use
okay.
this airbrush because I don't know anything about it. I don't know how to clean it or anything.
All right. So for the stars, we use the white ink. Wow, it's dry in here because this ink is like dry. Dry. Lube it up. There you go. There you go, Meg. Here you go. And then just sort of I'm just tapping my toothbrush in it. Okay, I'm gonna do this right. I'm gonna test it on the table first though.
Sorry about that.
This way. No, this way. Yeah. Why? What are you sorry for? What'd you do?
It was making a bunch of noise.
Okay. So it's not really. These are like tiny speckles. All right. So what we were told to do is kind of lean up your piece so that when you do it, you can be head on with it. So you want it to be perpendicular to your brush. That'll just give you more control. You have a little board.
Yeah.
And just practice this stuff on, because he gave us those in class, but I just did it straight on the model.
Okay.
Man, this ink. Do we have more? Is this the only one we have?
I'll use the one I was going to give you earlier, but I know you don't like that one, so let me find you.
Well, is it an ink?
It is an ink.
Okay, I'll use it.
The Molotov.
Yeah, I mean, if that's all we got, I got to use it.
Well, I can find another one.
Towards me.
Just give me a
I
second.
have to keep like doing it. Okay.
Here's another one, although it's also almost out.
Okay.
Yeah, we need
There
to
we
get some
go.
more AK
There it
titanium
is.
white inks.
Bam.
Actually, we use this color.
I mean, this came out okay. It's not looking dark.
Oh no, it looks good.
Yeah.
Did you need more?
I definitely need more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the main reason I got this little guy is 2 reasons. One is like terrain touch-up before game streams, especially like if on something like pink foam chips, you can just take some black or dark gray and just like hit it real quick.
That was a lot.
And then the other reason is for stream here. So like if we need to do, sometimes I need to do a little airbrushing on stream, like varnishing or something like that, but not a ton. So I figure it'll be good for that.
I put a lot of stars on. This will all get covered up because his body is not going to be with stars on it, or his hair. That's fine. I'm really just trying to get his robe. That's probably the hardest part, is aiming. Oh, and this model, this monument model, the Hunter, got free from Devin's class. Pretty cool. I like these. They're just like for stuff like this. Like you're not gonna do anything with it unless you do something with it.
I mean, you could, right?
That's
Actually,
what-
it's kind of a cool.
That's what I'm saying.
It's kind of a cool. It's kind of a cool alternative to a bust, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it's neat.
So I pull back towards me?
Towards you.
Okay.
See, it's just counterintuitive. There we go. That one's a little messy. It's funny because I did this wrong the first time, so now I'm like, how do I do this?
But we've done this kind of before.
Yeah, but have you done it with an airbrush? I don't remember.
Oh boy, I just dropped it in my wet palette.
Oh no. Disaster. That's okay.
This part, oops.
It's just a cardboard piece.
Oops. This part we've done,
Meg.
yeah, you do it with
Meg,
a toothbrush.
You're making a mess. You're getting spatter everywhere. Pardon. There. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna let that dry for a second.
Now then the other
He's
thing,
all speckled.
do you go through and do like a few, like what I was told is you can take like a toothpick and do a few big stars or something?
Not yet.
Is that part? Okay.
At some point,
sorry,
yeah.
I won't get ahead.
You're getting ahead of the class. Just kidding. All right. It does. It is counterintuitive. That's why I was doing it wrong for so long. Ignore the middle again. Like, I'll just cover that up later with something. All right, that's drying. This was the other one I got. This was for entering the Capital palette. Like, they just gave you some goodies. So this is cool. I like, dragons and stuff.
What's that in your left hand?
Oh, this is the stand it goes on. It came with a little stand.
I see. Yeah, I think these are cool. I like this. Like I said, I think they're interesting alternatives to busts.
They're nice to practice on.
Yeah.
If you're, because you just, especially you just get it. So like you're not gonna have a plan for it.
Right.
So it's easy, good to practice on. All right, so that and the other thing I got. Oh, they also gave us
the Nova
this Nova
color,
orange,
Nova orange
paint. Yeah, for Monument. Everyone who submitted to the Capital palette got this. And then last were just some terrain bits. Here, guys, use the code Nova15 at epicbasing.com for 15%
Oh, Epic Basing
off.
is what we use.
Yeah.
I should use that.
There you go.
I actually need to order
Let's
some
see.
stuff from Epic
What is there
Basing.
in here? Like some rocks, and there's a candle, and some
Is it
lightning.
cactus? Did I say cactus? For my Nighthawk? This is what I use for my Nighthawk.
Maybe there's a cactus. I don't know. I see rocks.
Yeah. Actually, they're great. Epic Basing is
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Pretty
I
cool.
love their stuff.
And I didn't know you got goodies for participating in Capital Palettes. That was pretty cool.
That's fun.
All right, so after this we do the washes. Okay, so now we can go back to our little galaxy. So you're kind of just gonna wash in. We're gonna create a glaze out of these three colors, these three weird colors, and just sort of wash in spots. Like you can use that as a reference or just sort of like inspiration.
And you have blue, orange, and purple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Where's my big brush?
Right there?
Oh, right in front of my face. How are you guys doing? How is chat? Harbone from Vortex Games. Thank you for the Hobby Collab membership. I don't think we've seen you in chat before.
Yeah.
Welcome. It's
Thank
nice
you.
to have you. Did you go to Nova? What did you do in Nova? You probably went to Nova. That's probably why you're here.
Okay, so you make kind of a glaze. Which
So you're
one do you
making a
start
glaze.
with? Does it matter?
Nah, I mean, whatever. You're just laying down colors.
Okay.
So it's really just whatever you want. What did he say? Milk, right?
That's funny, though, people say that. Milk is very thin.
Like non-fat milk. Yeah, pretty thin. Because you want to see through it.
Yeah.
Let's see. That might be too bright, actually.
Same. I feel like mine's still too opaque.
Yeah. I'm going to stick with water.
Now, could you? Is it better to use like a this is a Citadel layer,
Yeah.
and then we're adding all the water to it? Is that better, or is it better to just use a wash or
Better?
like a contrast or something?
I don't know if it's better. Let's see. I'm just going to say like, yeah, blue is kind of hanging out in the middle. Better? I don't know. Better. I don't know. What do you guys think in chat? I don't know if I would classify one as better than the other. I think he just liked the paints that we were using. And now I can't remember what paints we were using in that class, like what brand it was. He wasn't going around putting Monument on our palettes for us. I don't remember what it was. Okay, maybe I could go a little harder.
Yeah,
That's what she
I
said.
found
Wait,
that too.
That's what he said? I don't know. Yeah.
But actually, I kind of like the really early thin layer.
What I really want to do right now is go in with black and cover all this up because it's really distracting. I probably would do that if I were doing this for real and not on stream.
I want to use an airbrush to do all this.
You're so mad. Oh, you're so mad that you're painting with a brush.
No, I'm not. And in fact, it's really,
Okay.
really great. And I almost would use the word liberating to
Hope you're okay, Harbin.
see a process that you can do with one tool and then do it with another. Because theoretically, probably in its ultimate application, you'd be mixing these, right? I can tell there's some things an airbrush is going to do better than this immediately. But there are some things I'm liking. Like actually this step right here, I think I like a little bit better this way. Because I can sort of leave some areas a little bit more opaque.
Hey, Rudy.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
when they're a little more opaque, it looks like cloudy. It's like nebulous, right? And you can't quite do that with an airbrush so well.
Sure, yeah.
So I kind of like this step. The tint. I kind of think of this as the tinting
yeah.
step.
It is.
I kind of
yeah.
like it a little bit better with a brush than with an airbrush.
Thank you, Rudy, for the 5 gifted Hobby Club memberships. It's good to see you. Yeah. You know what? I bought something at Nova. It was a brush cleaner to sink to the bottom of our cups, and I don't know where it went.
Oh, they're in my luggage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We have those. So
yeah.
we bought those, Rudy. So don't send us those. But yeah, those seemed handy. I like the idea of having something at the bottom of my cup to clean as I go
Yeah.
a bit better.
Yeah.
I get annoyed when I find my brushes and somebody hasn't properly cleaned them. I'm not naming names. There's only 3 people, really, 4 people who hang out in this room. Rudy, hey Hobby Collab fam, currently on watch in Bahrain.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a Casubaris airbrush you showed off? The PSI is low on those airbrush as its primary consumers were artists doing face painting and nails. Ooh, what a nice little factoid to have.
It
for
is.
Rudy.
Yeah, Rudy. It's their it's Spray Gunner's own brand. They call it No Name. This is Start Airbrush. StartAirbrush.com it says on it.
It's a little hard to see.
I think it's the airbrush.
No.
Oh yeah.
What I'm doing.
I don't
so
think it's
dark.
I don't think it's a great airbrush. I don't know, but it's not why I got the product. The airbrush was kind of like a free thing they were tossing in. I'm more wanting the
Does that help a little bit?
the power thing.
Just like cover him with my finger.
And the power thing does say it has somewhat of a range. But I'm not worried. 16 is going to be fine for what I want to use it for, which is like quick things. And like I said, you'd be surprised. For example, I can tell you the back when we had built Big Kill Team at the last channel I was on, when I made all that from pink foam, and I had to go in and repair it because it was pink foam, and pink foam just takes damage. We weren't storing it particularly well either. Having this would have been amazing. Just walking around the table, and I can do the same thing here. We use a lot of pink foam for trains, so just being able to walk around going like and just like covering the pink color is what it's all about.
Nice. Those don't look like stars. Oh, Meg. Anyways, that'll happen. You just paint over it and move on.
And I'm going on to orange here.
Orange is interesting. It's not very well, it's a tint. We're tinting right now.
Orange
right?
is hard.
At
Orange
some
is-
point, we'll paint with like opaque paint, and we're pretty much out of time anyway. But we can get to that.
Having the reference picture is very helpful for this.
Yeah. That was a big point that was being made, is that you need a reference photo. Don't just go into this stuff blind. Same with the non-metallic metal, same thing. I wouldn't have known where to put stuff, I think, as well. That's not saying much. All right, stop there, let it dry, and then basically I'd flick a little. I'm not reaching between my legs. You are. Wait.
Every time you flick paint on it, you're putting the way you think about it is you're putting like another layer of stars. These ones are a little more in front of the nebula, right?
Cover some of this up. Pretty much, yeah. You're just building layers. There we go. Just gonna quickly.
Which my advice would be don't overdo the flicks.
No, yeah, I overdid it for sure. There's some pretty big blobs that came out
But that's okay. That's also, I mean, that does
okay,
happen.
that helps
It does happen.
a little bit.
The orange for me is coming out great. I am getting it to be noticeable, but I know what you mean.
Yeah,
And
I
orange
wouldn't
is-
worry
orange
about
is
it.
always
It doesn't need to be opaque
Yeah.
because we're going to paint some opaque stuff over it. Okay, that kind of helps not be as distracting. Ugh. Okay,
Rudy, hope everything's going well in Bahrain.
it's like it's shiny. Yeah, I hope you're all right. A unit of a brush. Ooh, what is this? I got this in college. It's 6. It's a 6, yeah. It's good for washes and laying down base coats. Okay, yeah, this is definitely not a star. In real life, I probably would have painted that over and done it again. Try it again. Pick yourself up and try again.
Yeah, that checks out, Rudy. I mean, we can pretty much watch the news and tell if you're going to start getting busy or not.
Yeah, okay. Ugh. Let's try it. Let's try it.
Overlapping the colors, good too, yeah? Meg or no? What do you think?
Sure, why not? It's your nebulous.
Nebula.
Nebula?
Yes, no.
Sorry. I'm not a scientist, okay? It's all for show. What do I look like, an astronomer? Oh. Oh, Rudy sent some Blood Bowl stuff. Interesting. Well, good thing you sent it now because we're about to embark on our Blood Bowl preparation streams. So if you got us anything for like a pitch or the dugout, cool. That's one less thing for us to have to design from scratch. But yeah, we're gonna have that on our channel in September. Okay. I kind of want to wash again because like these stars are really bright for me. See, I think the ticket was to brush away from yourself, even though you get it all over yourself. The stars came out more.
Oh, yeah,
tiny
yeah,
for
they
me.
come out. Yeah, no,
They
you're
were-
not wrong.
Yeah, it was more like of a mist. So, I don't know. I guess if I put like an apron or something. In
Well,
front
the
of
big thing,
myself.
the big thing in my opinion, although you managed to get this, the big thing in my opinion that the process you're doing missed that I'm used to when I've done this before, is you take like a toothpick or a really tiny brush,
Well,
and
that's
you actually
last. I know what you're saying.
like to add those bigger
Yeah,
stars.
you do that last, like after you filter a few times.
9 so far.
Then you would, let's see. Oh yeah. Got some, yeah, actually that's pretty cool.
And I like, yeah,
Like how
that-
you've defined the clouds.
some of the, yeah, and that is what I was saying. I think is actually better. This is better with a brush. I kind of like this step with a brush as opposed to an airbrush, because you can get those yeah, you get that the cloud.
Okay, I'm gonna go pretty quick through the rest of this because we're out of time. We gotta talk about hanging out because hanging out was my favorite part of this trip. You and I, you and I had a totally different approach. I signed up for nothing except on Sunday, and you were in supposedly 8 games. Like
which I was not.
Your days were booked, and I was free as a bird, and I got to spend a lot of time with Pat and Liberty. So we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But okay, so I guess I'll stop there. The last thing that I would say in this process are these little nebulous clouds, or just clouds, right? I gotta wait for it to dry, so I might come back to it. But oops, I shouldn't have done that. That was stupid. At this point, Meg, now you're just gonna make it worse. All right. At this point, I would let it dry, do the clouds, and yeah, come back to it. It takes a little while because of the dry time.
Yeah.
All the washes.
Let's use an airbrush.
Yeah.
But that said, I actually think that this is I'm glad I did this with you, Meg, because I think in the future, like I was saying, I think I would do some of this with an airbrush and some of this with a brush.
Yeah.
I think the initial coat makes sense to airbrush. Like we tinted this very slightly blue.
Yeah.
I would just do that with an airbrush.
Yeah.
And then I probably would do the first layer of this with an airbrush as well. But then I'd put stars down, then do the first layer of this with an airbrush.
Yeah.
Then I would do more stars, and then I might do the second layer like this to build, but the first layer just to build up color, with the airbrush, and then this to start defining like some of the clouds a little bit,
Yeah.
which I think is cool because airbrush can't really do that as well.
Yeah, I feel like you could go back and forth to do like the filtering and then with the brush to do more defining like you have there.
Yeah.
To really sell it, but
Yeah.
it's just how much work you want to put into it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that brings us to talking about hanging out. Don't forget, if you're enjoying the show, love and subscribe, please.
Yes.
Yeah, let's take a look at our last slide deck, which was friendship.
So we really like this location here is a location we've grown fond of because it's
Let's change that to a 10.
because it's the taco bar at the Generator
Yeah,
Hotel.
this is
It's
at the
pretty
Generator.
Nice, pretty nice, yeah.
Yeah, we were playing Blood Bowl on
Mm-hmm.
the left, and then on the right was you and Ian, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we met this new guy.
Color's different.
But I didn't get to see him later, and I mean, I always hate that. I didn't get to
I
see
know,
him
that
anymore.
happens.
I didn't get to see Ian anymore. I hope he joined our Discord so I can chat with him.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to, you know who else I did not really get any interaction with was Zell Nasty.
Zell Nasty too. Yeah, we
Yeah.
saw Zell Nasty night one. This is why I think it's important. Like when we go to these things, we need to have like a hangout, designated hangout night.
Yeah.
Because that could be the only time you see these people.
Right.
And believe it or not, I truly enjoy hanging out with you guys in person.
Oh,
Like,
here's Risotto Coast.
yes, all three of you unknowingly ordered the exact same meal.
That was
How adorable.
really good. It was really good.
How
We're going to talk a little bit
adorable.
more about Risotto on Saturday's game.
Oh, how exciting.
There's a lot. Saturday's game is going to be insane energy. If you don't know,
Oh, that's right.
it's both Megan's birthday. It's actually her 40th birthday, and it's also
I'm going to be old, you guys.
Brad's birthday. They have Megan and
He's
Brad.
already old, guys.
He's already Brad. He's already
Brad.
Megan and Brad happen to have the same birthday,
Yeah.
and so they're
We're gonna
playing.
play each
They're
other.
playing each other on stream on Saturday.
There may or may not be a birthday train.
yeah,
There's gonna be a train. Definitely
Yes,
a train.
yeah,
He hasn't heard this yet, but there's
No,
gonna
I
be a train.
assume there kind of would be, and
Yeah.
that's good because Brett's coming over for dinner tonight, so
Yes.
we can put him to work. We told him he was coming over for dinner, but really he's coming over
told him.
to assemble a train.
There's Ty.
Yeah.
Ty with that hat. It was so easy to spot. Thank you, Ty, for being tall.
Yeah,
and wearing
that
your
one
cowboy
of my
hat.
favorite things was being Ty because I've known the name for a few years now.
Yeah.
But to finally get to meet him was awesome, and yeah, super cool. I wish I could have hung out a little bit more Zone Nasty and.
I think this
Yeah.
baseball game was my highlight. I
Yeah.
truly enjoyed this baseball game
Yeah.
so much
With
with
Liberty,
Liberty.
yeah.
I had so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm never invited back to another game with him.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. Yeah. Unless he hates both teams, I guess.
I guess, yeah. If we go watch a Penguins versus Penguins, he doesn't like Penguins game. Oh yeah, we found this really nice brunch spot down
Megan,
the
KK,
street.
and I, yeah.
It was so good. Oh, and that's the only picture Zach and I got together.
We never get anything
That was it.
together. We never get anything.
I was like, really quick, we gotta get something.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed meeting everybody. I hope we get more people to come out to any other event that we go to so we can hang out some more. Vegas is coming up in January. We'll be there.
Yeah.
That's the best one. Yeah.
Vegas is good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Are we moving on to the last
I guess
element
so.
of what you learned at Nova?
Yeah, let's do that. So, brush for hire. Now we're moving on to Devin. We all know Devin. Devin's been on our channel. And I did OSL. So this was not also without an airbrush. No airbrush.
No airbrush
Yeah.
OSL.
And it was funny because as we were going through this, I was like, why is this so hard for me? Like, why don't I get this? Like, if it were me, like when I was looking at this, I was picturing the coils being hot, like the top being the hot part, which isn't right. Like the energy's coming out of the sides, which is the way we did the glow. So I was like, I don't usually paint stuff like this, Devin. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically just layering up. So we have it base coated with a dark. I'm gonna try green and yellow. We're gonna try green and yellow
Yeah.
today. I did purple, and Devin's like, "Oh, purple's hard," and I was like, "Cool, great, Meg." But you're just layering up. I think.
People use magenta sometimes for with purple.
Yeah, that's what. Well, you'll see it. That's what he did to fix it. Because I was like, it's not really looking right. But you can see how like it stays dark in the recesses. That dark purple is there,
Yeah.
and then you paint You're like, you're taking half of that color and adding a little bit of the lighter color to it. So you're like, over time, bringing the value up. And the higher the value, the lower down the cracks it goes. I think I personally could have like pulled it up way more. I think I was a little cagey with it.
I think a lot of people when they do like plasma,
when
they do plasma pistols and Space Marines and stuff, pull it up a lot more. But
Yeah.
you don't have to. Yeah.
But this was where you can see where he fixed it. He's like,
Magenta.
here, take this magenta and run it over. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then you can go back and do some more. So that helped, yeah. But that's the last one. So we had some extra, Devin had some extras, so he gave me a couple so that we can actually do the exact same thing.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it should be not too bad.
Okay.
So.
What's the first step?
Oh. Which one am I? Step 1. Here we go. Okay, sorry. I had to think. Well, step 1 we already did. It was base coating this. Also, I forgot about this. We need a dry brush. Devin, you're here. If I get something wrong, it's because I'm running off of memory. But I do remember that we dry brushed this dark color.
Okay.
I'll turn it like
Is
that.
this the same color we...
The base coat color, yeah.
Okay. This is not a great dry brush color because it's an air paint.
Well, it'll come up.
Yours has been out in the air for a while, though. Yours might be pretty good. Maybe I'll take some of yours, Meg, rather than pour new. What do you think?
Yeah, please. Too much came out. Harborne. How did the paint sessions go? I mean, I thought they were great. I had a great time. I always love the painting classes.
What are you doing exactly right
I'm
now?
just dry brushing along the edges. Like, it's supposed to be like the glow coming out, right? Because we're not doing an airbrush. So.
But then, isn't this the same color
Yes.
we're just putting more down?
No. Look. So I'm dry brushing around the edges.
Oh, where
Yeah.
the... Oh.
Just a little bit. Just a touch, I
Oh,
guess.
yeah, I see.
Yeah.
It's the old put paint on it to make it look better.
I enjoy my classes pretty much everywhere I go. I have not had a bad class yet. And these were no different. Devin is in chat right now. He was this teacher. And hopefully I'm not butchering.
How to say his name? Devin.
Hopefully I'm not butchering the lesson here, right? Since I'm going off of memory.
Devin Bush.
Bush, yeah. Yep. So yeah, every teacher is different. You can tell who's been teaching for a long time or who has like a knack for it. And you can tell who just, loves painting in front of people. And those people tend to go on a lot of tangents during the class.
Yeah, from those people you often, the way to learn is you just have to watch what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of it. Okay. So there's that.
Oh, never
Never stop edging?
Never stop edging.
Yeah.
This was some good edging. Yeah, that immediately is a big difference, right? Of course.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, we didn't paint the rest of the metallic part. Like we didn't paint it metal or whatever.
But that's fine.
It would have been cool if we had. Okay, now
I'm taking a little bit of the dark and raising it up a bit with the middle color. Oops. Did you want to steal from me?
I will, but go ahead and put
Okay.
it on camera.
just gonna
let's flip it.
Let's see. I'm gonna do another level up on the dry brushing right here, just on the edges.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to keep it inside of what I already put down. It's really subtle. It's probably hard to see on camera. Have you guys voted in the poll yet? It's very important, like all of our polls. Okay. After that, Devin, it was laying down colors in the cracks. So I want to say took a bit of the dark and lightened it up a bit with the middle color.
Okay.
And that is what we would put in the cracks. Because
Okay.
apparently the cracks are the bright part, Meg.
I mean, I think there's different ways to do it, but I do think that this is kind of great look in a traditional way to do like a
it's
plasma.
like a traditional thing.
Well,
yeah.
this is the classic plasma effect of 40K, right?
Yeah.
Like a plasma rifle or a plasma pistol. Imperial plasma, anyway.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take a 1.
So now this goes in the cracks?
In the cracks. Yeah, and if you get it on the ridges, Devin comes around and smacks you. Tactile, son. You're naughty. Okay, super chat Spice for the Never Stop Edging crew. We're edging right now. Actually, we're not.
Well, no, we just stopped.
We stopped
Wait,
edging.
we weren't supposed to.
Oh no, we broke the cardinal rule of edging, which is to never stop.
This is that we stopped.
All right.
I will say that I had a good time in Nova. I got to see my family.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I got to eat a lot of crab. I came back today. I actually woke up on the East Coast this morning, flew back across the country.
Are your arms tired?
Here I am. I will say I had one kind of experience on my whole trip that kind of soured a lot of Nova for me, though,
Aw.
if I'm honest.
What happened?
Today at the airport, the San Diego airport.
Oh, scam Diego.
Yeah, that was where my layover was, which if you know anything about geography, not the best place to have a layover from Baltimore to San Jose. But anyway, so I flew
I can't do that too long. My paint's drying.
I flew to Baltimore,
So hot
to
in
San Diego from Baltimore.
Yeah, that sucked.
Then had to take another hour trip up the
Yeah,
coast
what is
of
up with that?
California.
Soups had to do the same thing. He had to go to LA first
And
before
then-
coming up
then
here. How
out,
goofy
yeah.
is that?
But when I was at the San Diego airport, it was my first time to opportunity to eat for the day. So I went and I got a burger from this place called The Counter. It was normally they're okay,
I love
but
that. Hold on, sorry. I love that this has soured you on Nova.
yeah, but
Your airport
but
experience.
the guy, it was fine. It was a fine burger or whatever. So then I kind of went to a slightly quieter part of the airport to eat it, but not really that quiet. It's a small airport. There's lots of people around. And while I was eating my burger, a guy walks towards me, and I was actually near this like one of those little like self-serve kiosks where you can go get like a sandwich or a snack or whatever, and you charge yourself and walk away. And he was kind of walking towards me. He was going to go into that thing, but as he was walking towards me, he said, "How's the burger? It looks good."
Okay, what's
Honestly,
What's
like
the
we
problem?
don't like to curse on this channel, but I was like, "What the fuck?" inside. I was like, "Dude," and I had like burger in my mouth, and like, dude, shut up. Who cares? Like, what is wrong with you? I don't understand. So
be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and always be creating. Here at the Hobby Collab.
yeah.
Oh my God, this
And
guy.
learn when to keep your damn mouth shut. Is what we should also start adding to things. Like,
Okay, I'll try to remember.
Who does that? Who does that?
Zach.
And I've told the story
This
before.
is California.
I've
We're
talked-
nice.
I've talked about the story about the doorman, the man.
come on.
The man. What do you mean, come on? The man who ruined KublaCon for me.
Ruined this guy wasn't even at Nova. You can't let him ruin Nova.
This
for
guy
you.
totally ruined Nova.
You're insane.
Well, he ruined my
Alright.
late summer vacation,
So anyway,
working vacation.
so now to this color, you're gonna lighten it up, and I'm having a tough time because it's so dry in here. So my colors are drying really fast. I can't keep a good pool going.
Yeah, I got a little refueled on the East Coast about hating when people just randomly talk to you.
He's so
Come on, guys. You're sitting in the
Look at the
airport.
camera when
You're
you're
sitting in the
ranting at
airport
it.
eating a burger, and you go, and then this guy walks up to you, and he's like walking past you, and then off to the left, and he's like,
Did he turn around and come back just to like
No,
comment on
no.
your burger? Oh,
no. I spent the next like half
my
hour.
paint's drying again.
I
Damn
spent
it.
the next half hour thinking about all the ways I wanted to get revenge on him.
You're crazy. All right, now lighten it up some more. Add some more of your middle color.
Okay,
And then
I've just been using off your thing.
that's fine.
And
Do you want me to turn this around
starts
for you?
this starts creeping up, but not all the way, right?
Yeah, the value. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. You just leave it wherever they can see it. I can.
All right,
I can,
all right, whatever.
I can get it.
Okay. Okay, so then Devin was like, all right, now with this color, go about halfway up on each side. I'm going to go up more than halfway, like almost all the way to the top, because I don't think I did enough last time. But yeah, that's pretty much all you're doing is layering up the colors. Brighter and brighter. I'll get the bottom part. Don't worry, Devin. I know you had to help me with that in class. It was nice to have Devin there because he's obviously very comfortable with me, and he's like, here, let me here's what you're doing wrong. And I'm like, thank you for telling me what I'm doing wrong. That's what I like most about these classes. And then he's like shoved in there, shoved in that crack towards the bottom. I might just stick to one side for now, just in the interest of time.
Mm-hmm.
We'll paint over the top of the coils, so it's okay if it... I was lying about Devin hitting us if we did that. I don't know if you thought I was being serious. I wasn't. Guys, I wasn't. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny. You're right. This process is a little challenging because of the dryness.
Yeah. So try to do this in a humid environment. I know I'm kidding.
You could set it up for yourself. We just really haven't.
I know.
Yeah.
It's hot here. The window's open. The air is blowing in. Like, it's not the perfect conditions for this. Okay.
It's actually sort of the perfect conditions.
Add a little bit more of the light color.
It's sort of the perfect conditions for not this.
Or the middle color.
Like if you wanted to set up a room where people couldn't do this, we're very close to accomplishing that.
Yeah. Okay, and then again, like you're just going to go up most of the way, not all the way. And again, I think I'm like being too cagey with this. So I'll push this part up higher. Hopefully I'm holding it okay for you guys to see. Yeah, I think this might have been the most humbling class. I was like, I don't get it. Like, not I don't get it, but I was like, why am I not doing this right? Also, this was the last class of Sunday. It was just funny because everyone's tired, and like the Capital Palette Awards were right before it, I think. And we're like, yep, we're the bozos that signed up for a class on Sunday at the end of the day. But I really wanted to take a class with Devin because he's been on the stream, right? And in a sense, that's like more of a tutorial, right? Because it's just me and him. That's always pretty cool. But it was cool watching him teach other people in a group setting. And he's done that. He's done workshops in our Discord for the mandrels. So if you're a mandrel, he schedules them every so often. You want to
Molecule says, thank you, Molecule, as always. For
as always.
He says, Zach narrowly avoids death. Narrowly avoids death from the San Diego's infamous burger preference serial killer. Side question, was it the Circle Terminal? I hate that one. Yeah, so I don't know, but I will say this. Because Molecule flies to San Diego sometimes. I will say this. It was the first time I've ever had to leave the secure area on a layover flight and re-go through security again. And I'll tell you, my East Coast Zach I have to keep under control. I have a pretty easy time keeping Karen Zach under control. But every person I encountered who worked there, all the TSA agents, I wanted to be like, so I think you're the only airport in the country where people have to do this. This is so fun going through security again. This
probably
is great.
Isn't. But yeah, it's still not. It's so dumb.
Crazy. I mean, if you have to...
I'm surprised that didn't ruin your...
You just miss your flight. I mean, how many flights get missed there? Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
Is that the Circle Terminal? Am I describing Molecule the Circle Terminal? I had to leave one. I left the secure area. And as I was walking down the hallway, there was a cop, the TSA cop guy. And I stopped and was like, wait, I don't want to leave the secure area. He's like, oh, where are you going? I'm like, Gate 8. He's like, oh yeah, you gotta leave. I'm like, what? So do I have to go through security again? He's like, oh yeah. And I was like, what?
Did he say, oh yeah?
He's like, oh yeah. And I was like, oh my. I was like, what?
All right, I'm adding in yellow now. So I did like 4 steps of green, I think. And then I'm starting to add in yellow.
So yeah, keep in mind after that. Keep in mind that after that, then the burger thing happened. So I had also just gone through security for the second time in the day.
I feel like this should just be souring you on visiting San Diego.
Everything seems to sour me. Every time I have an interaction with San Diego.
Scam Diego.
Yeah, I call it Scam Diego.
Now.
For a reason.
I call it...
only place you've ever got food poisoning?
Food poisoning Diego, yeah. That was awful. Although I lost a bunch of weight that week. That part was kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's funny. I was there at the airport. When you fly around different airports, you see the different people.
You do see
And I was like,
different
man, people are really in good shape down here in San Diego.
Yeah, I think California in general is kind of known for that.
Pretty good. Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This is fun.
Now it's starting to look
like a real
decent.
glowing coil.
I think. All right.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I feel like I might have the same issue you have, which is that mine might be too subtle, your first one. But it looks like your second one is.
It's a bit better, yeah.
Here's my first one, and you can see how much subtle it is compared to Meg's.
Well, I don't think you've gone up to the yellow yet.
The pure yellow?
Well, I haven't gone up to pure yellow either, but...
Why are you doing that?
Because your palette is drying up, sir. I'm just trying to help out.
But I'm never going to use this palette again after today.
Yeah, but how do you work like that? Oh my God, you guys, look at his wrinkly palette.
So I don't use an Excelsior because they suck. I use a Redgrass Games palette, which doesn't do this.
This guy. All right. Anyway, here's your thing back. Okay. I think I'll do a little bit of yellow.
That's like saying, how do you live?
And I'm going to probably add...
with layovers in San Diego Airport. I don't. I never will again. I will never go to San Diego as a layover. It's the Excelsior of airports.
Okay. I'm doing mostly yellow, and I added a little bit of white. This is me doing like, yes, dear.
Yep.
Whatever you say, dear.
Mine was me doing the... Okay. So it's just straight yellow now?
So like I said, mostly yellow, and then I added a little bit of white.
Okay. I'm just using the colors you're making.
Okay. That's fine. Oh my God. Zach. What is it going to be like when we're old people together and you're saying this crazy stuff?
Well, obviously...
It's just going to be a lot more yes, dears.
I mean, it's kind of funny. I was talking to you. I was saying, like, I've been trying to be more nicer to strangers because it makes everything feel nicer and happier. But it is going to be hard for me to imagine ever walking by a person with a burger in their mouth and being like, how's the burger? It looks good. That seems insane. The guy's like, come on, back somebody. Does that not seem a little too much?
I'm going to actually wait.
While someone's eating.
I guess, Zach. It seems like he's just trying to be friendly. I don't know.
He's pushing it a bit.
But I give people the benefit of the doubt probably longer than I should, to be fair. I'm like, everybody else is right. I'm wrong. Hashtag self-esteem issues.
Ty's from New York City, so I would think he would understand my
Yeah, I'm sure Ty does. I'm like, why are you so cranky?
Do you want to take 10 more steps past the person and then find yourself in a chokehold where they're shoving a burger up your nose and in your eyelids?
What are you talking about?
Because that's what will happen in New York City.
All right, Devin.
If you ask somebody how their burger is.
So then we did a little bit of dry brush over the top of the coils with black. So there's some dragon.
That's right.
Where is he?
He asked you when your mouth was full. He was assertive dominance. Yeah, I kind of felt like that. But Soups, your point is also true. Of course.
What did Soups say?
He's like, maybe he wanted to know how the burger was.
I mean, he asked that.
Yeah, but there's a way to do that. There's a way to do that. You wait till my mouth isn't full and you say, excuse me, sir, I was wondering, where'd you get that burger and is it any good? And then I would have been like, oh, it's from the counter right there. Weird you didn't see it, but there it is. And then I would have said, no, not really.
Did he ask you where it's from?
No. He said, how's the burger?
So then why are you making...
Because he was trying to be affable. He's just trying to be chummy. And I was like, I don't want chummy while I have, honestly, I don't want chummy while I have, a burger in my mouth with you, complete stranger I'm never going to see again. You guys know I'm a little bit right on this. This is one of my hot takes, I know, but that if you look deep inside, nobody wants to...
Look deep inside yourselves,
No one wants to be eating quietly
a
burger in an airport and have some fucking psycho walk by and
be
like, how's the burger? It looks good. And then just keep going. It's like, what is the sense of any of this?
It's just people being human beings. I don't
know.
know.
Oh, that's an interesting term, hard-barn. What is a single serving friend? Yeah, molecule, kind of, right? Yeah, thank you.
I imagine that's acquaintances, or
I have acquaintances. If it's just
but
like
I could be wrong. I don't
just like somebody you're friendly with, and then you never see them again in your life.
especially about. Yeah, you're fine. I know there's people in chat that agree with you. It's fine. I just it was just such a weird story for you to get worked up about. I was like, you were texting. I had a wall of text about this, and I was like, I'm not even gonna read this because it's just insanity.
It was. I agree. It was insanity. Someone was certainly insane.
Oh, Fight Club. Okay.
Okay, we got to end the poll. Let's see
yeah,
what
we
people were
should.
interested in now that we've taught all three things.
Well,
Let's
we've
see if
tried. I
we-
think Galaxy. I needed more time because it took too long to drive.
That's
but
good
yeah.
because nobody cared about galaxies.
That's fine, yeah.
Except for 11% of people.
That's fine. That's good. How many people voted? Did you end it? Oh, you did.
I did.
Okay. Where am I at now? Now I'm gonna just go up to like bright, like the. Oh gosh, this paint. It's so dry. So dry.
It's so weird. Have you noticed this, Meg? How now sometimes on YouTube when you end the poll, it takes forever to show up.
It does, yeah. But I think it was
There it is.
non-metallic. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
45
the one
votes.
a lot of people. Nothing. I'm basically Timbit.
But honestly, what I thought,
Nice.
what I took away from doing that with you, because that's the first time I've really tried to do that.
What? OSL?
No, I've done non-metallic metal a little bit more.
Oh,
Devin
oh.
had a class for mandrels that if you're a
Yeah.
mandrel, you can go back and watch. And it's doing it is easier than I think it gets a reputation for being.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's just time intensive
Can
because of all the layers.
Can I say that? Let's talk about that on our way out in the next 10 minutes or so. As
Okay.
Meg is, oh yeah, that's looking great, Meg.
Oh,
Oh, then
good.
the edge there. Never stop edging.
Never stop edging.
Can we talk about the thing that is like most things in the hobby get a reputation for being hard, but then when you do them, you're like, oh, that's not that bad. What is something, folks at home, that gets a reputation for being really hard, and then when you try to do it, you're like, wow, this is really hard, and I hate it. Can I kick us off? Can I say one?
Sure.
Pouring resin bases looks like it's going to be really hard. Looks like it's going to be a chemistry experiment mixed with an engineering experiment, and that's exactly what it is. Pat C is in class, and I know he'll confirm what I'm saying here. Resin bases, you're like, that seems hard, and you go to do it, you're like, it is really freaking hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Getting around to finally.
You know what else was funny about this class?
Fixing and
was
realigning
the
resin.
whole time Devin was talking about, okay, make sure you put the highlight, the brightest part should be at the bottom. And I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, well, what's the bottom? Like, I'm holding it like this because I don't know I don't do anything with plasma rifles. So I'm like looking at this and I'm like, okay, this is the bottom. So I was like, all my bright stuff was down here instead of along the actual bottom. I thought that was kind of funny. I was like, oh no, I told on myself.
Yeah, molecule. I agree with that. Sculpting green stuff.
Okay.
So Ray, if that guy had walked by me and said, "Nice burger, you fucking dweeb,"
Wow.
I would have died.
You would have loved
I would have
that.
loved that. I would have loved that. I would have loved that.
Why would you be called a dweeb for eating a
Instead,
burger?
I had to report him to the TSA. Something
Zach,
that would not have had to have been done.
Did
if
you
he
get him deported?
he was definitely American.
You don't know that.
I heard him talk
He could
because
have been Canadian with a good American accent.
he could have been Canadian. You're right.
See?
But I'm pretty sure he's American.
Yeah. They usually are. Okay.
Yes, Brett, assembling computer models. People talk about how
Oh, yeah.
assembling computer models, and then also like
Painting them?
when you start painting a computer model, and you're like, oh, is that his cape or his arm? I've
yeah.
never had a cape and an arm. I've never had a hard time telling the difference between a cape and an arm before.
Okay, I'm going to just paint these coils over.
Yeah,
I'm
these are
actually
all
gonna
pretty
do-
good.
I'm going to mix a slightly lighter dark green. Yeah.
Should more hobby streams just be you doing things while I
While you like
While I
go off
rant
on your
about-
weird rants.
rant about things that happened to me in my life?
Oh my God.
I mean, I don't know, Meg, if you've listened to
what
any podcasts.
happened?
I don't know
What
if you-
happened to Zach? Someone talked to me at an airport about the burger I was eating. That's what happened to Zach.
I could also tell the story about my brother-in-law leaving the sink on. There's all kinds of stories I heard this
Nobody
weekend.
cares. Yes. Saray. What a maniac. Okay, the last thing I didn't show, I think I actually just brought a contrast out to do this.
Oh, and this is what Devin did with the magenta.
Yeah,
Would you
I'm
say?
just gonna
Yeah.
like throw some yellow contrast over it and see how that goes.
Yeah, hold on, wait, before you do this, do you feel like you're supposed to do this, or you just...
I want to.
Okay.
If I can.
No.
It's fine.
Yeah, no.
This is
But
for
I meant-
practice. I'm not
but-
going to do anything with this.
by
But yeah,
supposed to,
I'm
you know what
hoping
I
it
mean.
brightens it up a bit.
Okay.
Is what I'm going
Because it's
for.
a little pastel-y, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want it to be really bright. So let's see what it does.
A new segment, Ty. Try new show. Zach's grievances.
Yeah. There, see, yeah, it pops.
It's popping, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the deal with basic human interaction?
I know. God,
That's
Zach.
not a basic human interaction
All right. It needs
molecule.
some
You know
cleanup.
it.
You can
But
tell.
it looks really good, actually.
But okay, like, does it work as OSL?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's good. That's all I wanted.
So specifically, I mean, like coil. And this is, so the green is cool that you did this, because this is a lot of people paint heresy. What's the weapon, folks? The scary heresy weapon that is Volkite. A lot of people paint their Volkite to look like this, but plasma is usually often blue, but you can do purple. I mean, you can do whatever color you want. And in fact, you should pick a color that complements
do
your
whatever
army.
you want.
You shouldn't just do a traditional army, right? I mean, a traditional color, like, oh, plasma is always blue, so here we go.
I wish I could have gotten farther on this, but that's okay. It is 6:24 already. We have like one last thing we wanted to mention to you guys before we sign off. We didn't get fan stuff today. There's too much happening.
We didn't get the fan
So
stuff.
Sunday's going to be a lot of fan stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
What is Sunday stream? Do we know?
So we're going to start talking Blood Bowl. We all need to work on our armies. We're all practicing. We have a game day coming up. I think not this week, but the following week. That we're going to do at our house so we can practice some more. But we're going to be going straight into Blood Bowl for the next few, at least the next few hobby days here, hobby live streams. So if you're into Blood Bowl, we're bringing it to the channel for a little short season.
Yes, we'll be playing
We're
it
gonna
on
be
stream.
painting, yeah.
And as far as hobbying goes, you know, yes, we'll be working on Blood Bowl models a lot in the next few weeks and during September. But also, you know, hobbying is hobbying, kind of, right? Unless you're doing pewter models.
Hobbying is kind of hobbying. Also, shirts have arrived. Those of you who went to Nova got your shirts. Sweatshirts are going to be sent today or tomorrow. And everybody else's orders are going out. We also ordered some extras. So as soon as I get those orders shipped, I will turn the store back on and you'll see what's available in case you're interested in some merch and stickers and stuff like that. But yes, last thing today, we wanted to remind everybody about our challenge. We have a challenge in our Discord.
Yeah, now, and Soups points out, also August is competition entries and winners. Yeah, I think, is that going to happen Sunday?
That's Sunday.
That's
yeah.
Sunday, okay.
We'll do that Sunday.
Yeah, so wow, we are 2/3 of the way through things now with this challenge. We have this painting competition. And this year, this month was a lot of entries.
A lot, yeah, a lot of people entered. And then a lot of people entered multiple times. Like, as they were, well, we'll get through.
We'll get there, yeah.
We'll get to what it, well, actually, we won't because it's a new theme.
New theme.
A lot of people posted, like, their progress because it was out of your comfort zone. And so people were trying a lot of new things. It was actually really great. This was my favorite month.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you.
So, yeah, basically, this is how it works. If you're new, and we do see some new names in here, this is how it works. You join our Discord, which you should be in already. If you're not, get in there.
Do it.
There's
All
a
right.
link underneath this show to join. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to submit something, usually in fully painted, and you're going to give it the hashtag crowing for it. Okay, for Castellan Crow. That you got to put that hashtag in there. It's the only way we can find it. Soups can find it.
yeah,
Okay,
he
at
gets
the end of the
lost
month, we pick a
without
winner.
it.
The winner gets a fancy colored Discord title. Soups is painting a Castellan Crow model. You can go back to early July and see the stream that Soups is on, and you can see where he's at on this thing. It actually looks amazing. It looks crazy, but not in like a stupid way. It looks quite cool.
It's very cool.
It's very cool. And then we typically ship a physical prize. I was going to say shipically to
okay.
a physical prize. I actually need to ship Cody his prize.
You do. What's going on with that?
Yeah, I need to do that. And then last but not least, Yeah, someone's gonna win this crow model at the end.
Yeah.
Do we have?
Out of the top
Do we know
12.
what's going on in September yet?
Do we know what's going on
The
in
new
September
theme
yet?
and
Yeah,
stuff?
we do.
Yeah.
Here it is. This is a new theme. When worlds collide.
I like this.
Yeah. Soups just leaves a wake of terror wherever he goes.
These are good themes. They're kind of
yeah,
weird.
I don't know what I would do for this theme. It's very open-ended. Interpret it as you will. And yeah, I'm like thinking like maybe like a kit bash from like Order and Death, or like Dogs and Cats. I don't know.
If anyone does a diorama,
Good luck. We want to see it.
Does a diorama of themselves getting fired from their 9-to-5 for painting miniatures.
Soups. Yeah.
That person, I will vote
Someone
for that person.
bonk him.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. You guys always interpret these things very cleverly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. World's like eating and engaging in a conversation with a total stranger. Anyway, Meg, thank you.
There's the two worlds colliding.
There's
Zach
two
and
worlds.
anybody else who's trying to be nice.
Meg, this is very awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
jam-packed.
I'm gonna say my favorite thing. I felt like I took away whenever Brett and I always talk about whenever we take a class or do something like this, which is a little mini class tutorial you gave. What did we walk away with that we really learned? I was very shocked at how easy it was to get really far non-metal metallic pretty quickly. Obviously, there's a lot of work left to be done on the little Blood Bowl coin, but I feel like it made me feel like you're not crazy for trying non-metal metallic on a Lumineth army.
It should be fine. Yeah.
They also, honestly, that army is less metal than you think. It's a lot of cloth.
It's like the trim, right?
Are you going to do non-cloth?
No,
cloth
I want to
metallic?
do like a nice cream cloth with like, well, yeah, cream cloth, and then the non-metal metallic, probably gold or silver. I actually don't know. Maybe silver. Yeah, I have to think a bit, but yeah. Okay, so this Saturday is me and Brad.
Megan playing
Seraphon versus Skaven on our birthday.
Skaven.
So make sure you show up.
Probably
birthday train.
We'll get to hear from Brad about his thoughts on the new Skaven, the last hurrah of the current Skaven iteration, because they're about to get their book.
They're going to get their book.
I think that's So be here for that stream. It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, Sunday is a Blood Bowl stream, and I believe Bryce is going to be a special guest on Sunday. Otherwise, you're going to get Zach again. If Bryce can't. Bryce has a new baby. So
not so bad.
Things
you get
happen.
to hear a new story about something that has nothing to do with anything.
I'm sure we'll go somewhere where someone will piss you off, and then you can come back and tell everyone about it.
Piss off is a strong word. Just mind-boggling. Just simply mind-boggling.
Thanks, you guys, for hanging out. Thanks for the super chats, the memberships. It's amazing. Thank you, Mandrels, for your extra support. We will have a class coming up and scheduled soon. We don't have it yet, but we will.
Yes. Also, keep an eye out in the coming week for more of the Mandrill classes to go to video.
Yes.
Which, if you're a Mandrill and you missed them, you can go. You
can go back and rewatch them. Yeah. All right. I guess we should close out. So with that, be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other, always be creating, and know when to keep your mouth shut.
This is a big one.